Hello and welcome to another Let's Watch This Game with Pro Newbie Force 5. That's me, your host, Pro Newbie Force 5. This time we're going to be watching a game with Marine King Prime. Spawning is the red Terran here in the bottom right-hand corner. The map is going to be... I actually don't know. I should know this map by now. I've heard it a bajillion times. And spawning in the top right-hand corner is, it says here Slayer Sella, but I believe this is instead going to be MMA. MMA is a pretty good Terran player here. We're going to have a TVT. But before we get started, well, we're already started, but before we really get into the action, I want to be frank with you. The sound of the audio in-game gets really, really loud and over my voice. So if any of you have dealt with fraps and know how to fix that issue, I've turned the sound down really, really low, but it doesn't seem to do anything. If you could help me out there, if you could write in the comments exactly what I can do. I haven't found any answers on the forums or anything, so that would be great. Getting back to the game, the TVT here is going to be hopefully not as stale as most TVTs are, that both go a different build, because really if you see the same builds over and over again as Terran, it kind of gets old, especially in TVTs where you have Marines on Marine tank on one side versus Marine tank on the other side, and occasionally a few medevacs mixed in there for a little bit. I'd love to see either one of these players go for some drop play. This is very, very good on this map. I need to stop saying very. Alright, I'll stop saying very now. And you can just drop. Notice... Oh, not Slayer Sella. I'm probably going to keep calling him Slayer Sella on accident, but MMA is going to go for it. Instead of the second barracks first, he's going for an expansion, and now he's building the second barracks. Oh, did he start this command center before he started the barracks? Let's see. 44 and... Yes! So he started the... This is a greedy... I was going to say very again. This is a greedy build from MMA, and Marine King Prime could punish him for this. He isn't going for an expansion of his own, and he could push out. If MMA really wants to hold this off, he's gonna, or keep this, he's gonna need to put a bunker or two down. Since he's against a Terran, it's probably just gonna be one bunker right here. And is this SCV? No, the SCV isn't gonna drop it down. MKP, Marine King Prime, is putting down a factory. Is he gonna go for the 1-1-1 build? He could just go for the 1-1-1, and this could be deadly for this opening right here. MMA will probably not have enough defenses if he doesn't see this in time. He needs to scout. He's going for the barracks. He just now has his first refinery done. The only way he'd be able to hold this off if Marine King Prime decides to go for the Banshee, which with a 1-1-1, that's exactly what it's for, then he is going to be in a lot of trouble here. It might be instant GG. He will have to save up the scans. He can't use any of the scans if he was to do that. And does he even... No, does he even have any scouting information? No, he doesn't. He's blind. They're both blind. Both of them are going blind builds. And I think this is something that a lot of Terrans do. They just go for blind builds. But I really don't know what's going to happen here. MMA just doesn't have very many guys. The Hellion's doing so much damage here. An SCV trying to fix up this Hellion as best as he can. And a fairly good concave here, but he's in a lot of trouble. The bunker isn't up, and this might do a lot of preemptive damage. There is no... What is he building? Oh, he's just building medevacs. This is a deadly medevac push. No more Marines are on the field. This bunker is his only hope. And the bunker doesn't get finished. This SCV desperately trying to save it. And the bunker is now up. He is able No! He just walks right past with the Hellion and everything. This could be GG right now. The elevator push. Even another medevac is on the way. It's about to pop. There's nothing he can do here. SCV's pulled off the line. He's in a lot of all this economic damage here. The Marines are left. This medevac was the lifesaver here. It might get taken out, but there was so much economic damage. The bunker still stands, but he could just run by that bunker. These Marines trying to get a snipe on that Hellion, but this medevac could shuttle them up here too. And that's exactly what's happening. He's moving over. He's bringing all of his units up, and this could be trouble. Now, he learned from his mistake the first time. He's moving back. He's making sure that nobody is able to get through there with these Marines. But they're loading up once again. Gonna pick them off. MMA gonna pick off one medevac, and now gets the other one. No! The other one survives with 20 HP, but this isn't enough. Another medevac is on the way, but this one, oh, a little miss micro there, loses that medevac. Now he loses all that energy, and he's in a lot of trouble. Marine King Prime is possibly gonna get fended off. He doesn't have another base, and MMA has been mining on this base the entire time. So what's gonna happen here is he's gonna get out macroed. His micro wasn't able to keep him in this game, and he hasn't put down another command center. He hasn't gone for the expo, and right now he's only producing off of a barracks, a factory, and a starport. He does have siege mode. This might be his chance to victory, while MMA is deciding to tech up. A few Marines here gonna do a little bit of harass before this turret gets up. Now this medevac could drop the units off, or it could get picked off. No, it escapes narrowly. Now Marine King Prime has a huge push here, and without this bunker isn't going to go down. There's no way it's going to survive. The bunker almost instantaneously, no, not instantaneously focused down, but it still gets canceled. The tanks are going to be the winning factor here. There is nothing for MMA. He doesn't even have a tech lab on that factory. This bunker is going down. These Marauders can't really do anything here with this siege tank focusing down these, and the SCVs are losing quite a bit of health here as well. He's focusing down that bunker, forcing all the resources to be spent on this. MMA really needs to break this contain, get some siege tanks of his own, but he doesn't. Instead, he's going for Vikings and Marauder Slow. Marauder Slow isn't going to help him. He's adding on production facilities. But these tanks doing so much damage, he might just move in here with the Marines. This Banshee is so close to dying. He's able to keep it alive, but this bunker's going to go down. There are just not enough SCVs here. He needs to get as many forces up as he possibly can for when that bunker goes down. And now, he's in a lot of trouble. MMA is gonna lose to this pressure. I feel like there's just no way for him to break all these. He's pulling off the SCVs. He's trying to get close. He gets through the Marines, but he doesn't have very many units left here to break the contain. This Marine surviving just barely, and this Marauder able to destroy another tank. 2 medevacs here for MMA, and this Marauder surviving with 6 life needs to get healed up there. He doesn't want to die with those 3 kills. He says, I want to make it to corporal. I want to be good. But Marine King Prime did secure his natural at this at his pressure time, so he did have something to fall back on. I thought he's devoted all of his units to the army. I missed that, but now he can produce off of a few more barracks or a few more factories if he wants to. Probably gonna put another factory here or a Marine barracks. Researching uh, combat shields and tech, and not tech lab, and tech, yes, he's researching tech lab. And here's what I was looking for. He's now going for a drop play. He doesn't have anything in his base. No, he does have a few Marines. And he's also building on a few more barracks. Marine King Prime is about to move out, but he sees the huge drop here, and he's in position to deal with this. A little economic damage here, but the stim is already done for... I think the stim is already done. Is the stim already done? Yeah, the stim is already done for MKP. And he might be able to beat this with... Oh no, this tank is in a great position here. MKP is able to fend that off fairly nicely. MMA, not exactly... This is difficult. Not gonna lie. MMA, MKP, all these M's, and then there's the Marines, Medevacs, and Marauders. There's just a full M cast today. Now there's a huge force here from Marine King Prime, and he might just move out here with all these forces and put an end. Siege Tech isn't even done for MMA, so he's in a lot of trouble here. There's really not much he can do. A preemptive stem needs to back out of there. There are too many tanks here. Marine King just powering out those tanks. And a forward stem might be able to pick off this tank. The tank goes down. And MMA is against the ropes here. There's not much he can do. MKP just mass slaughtering all these Marines. The tank gets instantaneously focused down. He doesn't have the production of the units that he needs. The SCV's pulled off the line. This is a desperation attempt. This factory is under siege. He needs to repair that, get that tank out. But no, it's gonna go down. No tanks will get produced from that facility anymore. That factory will not do what it needs to do. And the SCVs get pulled off the line once again. This is gonna be GG. There's no way. There's absolutely no way he can deal with this. And the SCV is actually doing a fairly good job, but instead attacking the destructible debris. Not sure why they did that. But there's really not much that MMA can do at this moment. There are so many siege tanks here. He can only hope to siege on the high ground with no tanks. He doesn't have any tanks. He lifts off the command center, and it's going to get focused down. There's no way he's going to get out of this. He's now backing up as far as he possibly can. Gonna do a desperation drop. There's no way that he's able to break this front line, but maybe if he's able to... There's just a random medevac chilling in MKP's base. He's just standing here. He's like, I'm just gonna scout you right now. And really, this is gonna be a base race, but I don't think this is gonna be a very good base race. The medevac was spotted and sniped, and there are a lot of Marines here to deal with this, but the medevacs on this side able to do a little bit, but no! Marines get focused down. SCVs get pulled off the line to take the fire. Really, MMA is running on steam here. Even with the medevacs, he was unable to handle it, and now he's in a lot of trouble. He has one last hope, and this is his last attempt. Oh no, what? He took a planetary fortress down here. Wow, that is some pretty crazy play here. I didn't even see this go down. When did he put that there? One tank surviving here. He's gonna get taken out. No! The medevac with the tank survives. This could cause a lot of problems here in the later portions of the game. But we only have 2 command centers here, and really no production facilities. We have a starport. We have the engineering bay with 1-1. But MKP is going to go for 2-2, and he's going to have 2-2 before MMA is even going to think about getting 2-2. He's probably figuring, what's going on here? Did he scout this? No, he didn't scout this. He doesn't know that there's a base down here, which could pay off in the long run if he's able to survive. But a big push from Marine King could spell disaster for MMA. Just a few medevacs left here. And no, this Marine gets in. He sees it. Now, this is the doom drop. Really not much of a doom drop, but he needs to get out of there. There's really, the only thing that's keeping him in this game is his harass, but his harass hasn't been doing anything. And this Marine getting around here gets sniped by the planetary fortress. That looks like a deadly enemy. He's just on fire. There's no surviving that. Just look at him. He just disintegrates into ashes. Marine King Prime with a big push here could end the game. Although Marine King is actually mined out in the main, he has just such a huge force here as opposed to MMA. MMA is running on steam. He doesn't have very good positioning here. He can only hope that the tanks are out of range of the planetary, but no, they are in range, and they aren't going to do much. Now these Vikings here are going to save a little bit. Gonna get out of the view, but now they're close enough that they can see it without the medevacs. There is no way that MMA is going to break this, but since he's a fighter, he's gonna do the best that he can. Marine King actually throwing away quite a few Marines here. No, instead, he's just going to counter push. And again, there's a huge force here for Marine King. It's not going to do anything. He's actually going to go drop. Where are they headed? No, they're going to go to the front. And Marine King knows this. Somehow he knows this. He has this great gaming sense. And he can see that there's a huge force here. Gonna lift up. Marine King preemptively stems. This Marine trying to save the life of his comrades. One medevac gets picked off instantaneously. Now these Marines are gonna die. They're just gonna get picked off. Maybe by the tank. The tank is gonna pick them off. Almost no chance here. While in the base, Marine King Prime is pushing ever so far forward. And now a tech switch to Marauders. MMA able to clean this up. Clean up most of the Marines, but there are just too many units here for Marine King. He was out macroed. There was nothing that he could have possibly done here. And there's the GG from MMA. Oh, he's such a fighter. MMA was able to hang on there at the end, but he just didn't have enough resources. He didn't have enough to hold on. His unit positioning, it all came down to when he lost this base right here. He didn't have tanks as soon as he should have, and that really cost him. And look here, 6 Marines to 1 in production. Yes, Marine King showing why he's one of the best Terrans in the world. Once again, this has been ProNewbie Force 5. I'll see you guys next time.